The man appeared to be either drinking from or blowing into a large shell. To Kostya's eyes, the man's face bore resemblance to Bomka Goldfarb's. From the foyer, Bomka led Emil and Kostya to the dining room, where dozens of tables were set with white linen tablecloths, china, and silverware. In the center of the room hung a crystal chandelier. Thick moldings ornamented the baseboards and walls. Across the room, directly opposite the doors, was a broad stage which boasted a gleaming white piano. Bomka directed them to a table near the stage. "Everything you see here, we spared no expense," Bomka said. "But other than for the fountain, I cannot take the credit." Before sitting down, Bomka bade them to wait while he went and summoned the person responsible for the restaurant. He returned several moments later, accompanied by a thin, pinched-faced man. Bomka himself was built like a businessman, his stomach a testament to rich living. "This," Bomka said, "is my partner Zyama Karp. The restaurant is his vision." The man, Emil later explained, was more commonly known as Skinny Zyama, former delicatessen owner, and regarded, even among delicatessen owners, as unscrupulous. "Zyama," Bomka said, "you should be acquainted with these people. Konstantin Petrov, boxing champion, and his trainer, senior Soviet coach, Emil Osipovich Stenberg." "A boxing champion?" Zyama asked. "Very talented," Bomka said. "Emil came to me and said, 'How would you like to invest in a boxer?' I'd been thinking about a racehorse, but Emil said, 'A boxer is cheaper and more interesting than a horse. He'll be fighting at the Trump Plaza, just as soon as we can get his immigration in order.'" Bomka took a seat at the table, though Zyama remained standing. "Where were you a boxing champion?" Zyama asked. "In Siberia," Emil said. "In 1984. He would have gone to Los Angeles if not for the boycott." "Must have been very disappointing for you," Zyama said. "You cannot imagine," Emil said. "I was talking to him. It was disappointing for the both of us," Emil said. "What's wrong with him? Can't he speak?" "Of course he can speak," Emil said. "When do you become more interesting than a horse?" Zyama asked. "What horse?" Kostya said. "I like a sense of humor," Zyama said. "Did Bomka show you the dance floor?" Zyama motioned for Kostya to rise and follow him toward the stage. Zyama indicated the stage, the floor. "Stand here a moment," Zyama said. Kostya stood on what was a transparent plexiglass floor. It appeared to be twice the area of the stage. Through the glass, Kostya could see light fixtures with multicolored elements. As Kostya waited, Zyama mounted the stage and then stepped into the wings. He projected his voice from around the corner. "Now watch," Zyama said. Under Kostya's feet, the lights ignited and spun in their housings. "Not even in Moscow or New York will you find something like this," Bomka said. Kostya felt the mechanism engage with a hydraulic drone. Then, slowly, the floor began to elevate, and a dense white mist spread across its surface. The floor continued to rise until it came to a stop, flush with the stage. Zyama emerged from the wings, very satisfied, looking as though he had done more than spent money and press a button. "Normally, I do not allow people to stand on the stage when it is activated, and only the performers of our Vegas-style show are permitted to use it. But I thought, for a boxing champion, I would make an exception." The meeting ended with Bomka's renewed pledge to expedite Kostya's immigration process. In his employ, he had top lawyers. They were extremely well connected. If asked, they could get asylum for Stalin. On the drive back home, Emil was in very high spirits. More than once he volunteered that he was pleased with the results of their meeting. "You made a good impression," Emil said. "Why did you say I was a champion?" "It's a word someone like Bomka Goldfarb understands," Emil said. "He'll be disappointed. I'm not the fighter I was 6 years ago," Kostya said. "You're better than you think," Emil said. "Most American boxers aren't fit to tie your boots." But if you had written me 6 years ago, Kostya said. 6 years ago, I was delivering pizzas. And when I wasn't delivering pizzas, I was guarding the lobby of a condominium. So what was I supposed to write you? Dear Kostya, I have no money. The boxing establishment treats me like a nuisance. Nobody here cares if I live or die. What would you have done with this kind of letter? Kostya thought that he would have liked such a letter. It wouldn't have changed anything. But thinking about the letter, he could see it on the tidy kitchen table where his mother would have left it. He could see himself in the evening, after the factory, sitting with the letter in his hands. He felt himself as though in that past. It was good to hear from Emil, to read about his troubles. It was good to think that, in a distant country, he had a friend who remembered him. Thank you.